Hi guys, thank you for watching my YouTube channel again. Happy visas. Today I'm going to be speaking about why is the Russian ruble getting so strong. The first part of the video I'm going to be explaining about the psychology, the mentality, the logical reasons why the Russian government want a strong ruble. And then the second part of the video I'm going to be explaining about the fundamentals. Why is the ruble, financially sound? I've said it, in my previous videos that the ruble is undervalued, and obviously I was proven wrong that the ruble collapsed because of the conflict in Ukraine. But now it's starting to improve again. So the second part of the video I'm going to explain about the fundamentals. Now, the main reason why the ruble has got stronger is now in the Russian government's interest to have a strong ruble. They want to teach a lesson to the rest of the world who was against them in the conflict. They want to say to everybody, you haven't damaged our economy. Economy is doing, quite okay. And that is one of the reasons. The second reason is it will punish those that shorted the ruble. Those that got rid of all the rubles, bought hard currency. Now these businesses, individuals, obviously they're regretting that decision, especially those that, change the currency at 150 to 1, 140 to 1 to the dollar. The market in the spread was huge to buy dollars. And in my opinion, obviously, a lot of banks, maybe the government as well, took advantage of that. They've still got to pay all the pensions, they've got to pay, a lot of employees who work for the government. So what a great time. So the other reason is that the West is now paying for their oil and gas in rubles. Russia doesn't want dollars, it doesn't want euros, because they've now found out that they can be taken away from them or they can be frozen. So obviously there is no incentive at the present time for Russia to hold euros or dollars. So they're converting huge amounts of dollars or euros into rubles and holding their own currency. They're using them to buy products from India, buying a lot of, they're getting rid of the dollars, they're buying a lot of products from China as well. So they're getting rid of the dollars and the euros. They don't want to hold this currency. Not in their interest. So those who shorted the currency have been punished heavily. They've proven to the rest of the world that sanctions on the currency is not going to work. Now let's look at the fundamentals. We've looked at the psychology, we've looked at the mentality. Look at the fundamentals. Russia is still exporting huge amounts of oil and gas, precious metals, semi-precious metals, rare metals, whatever you want to call them, a lot of gold, a lot of diamonds. It produces raw diamonds. Now, and obviously sales or imports from Europe and other countries have gone down. Germany's slightly recovered, but it's still down 10%. In March, it dropped 60%. In April, instead of doing 800 million euros worth of sales, 880 million euros worth of sales, it did 800 million euros of exports to Russia. So so there's not that big demand for Russia to keep the reserves, because it's not buying anything from Europe. It's buying a lot less, with the exception of Germany. Sales or imports from UK have plummeted, and many other countries in Europe as well. So fundamentally, it's not importing so much, but it's still exporting a lot. It's probably exporting less, but at a much higher value. Where it used to get, say, $40, $50 a barrel of oil, it's now getting about 80, 90, $100 a barrel. From Europe, it's getting the spot rate, which is $120 at the time of this video. So to Europe, you know, they don't want to sign long-term gas or long-term oil contracts, so they're paying spot price, which crazy prices at the moment. Hence, you know, electricity prices for households in most of Europe have gone up 2.5, 3 times what they were paying 1 year ago. So, you know, so the fundamentals are looking very, very strong. And I've said this before. The Russian people are very intelligent. They've all been to university. It's not Africa. They're not going to be taken advantage of. They've got, you know, this beautiful country that has all these commodities, and they would be stupid not to take advantage of them. You know, why it's not the Soviet Union times when they would barter for, you know, maybe for chicken or butter or things like that. Now they want full market value. You know, Russia wants to take advantage of, you know, the great wealth that it has. The other reason why the government wants a strong ruble is the inflation. You know, prices did go up, food prices are, in my opinion, by about 40-50%. You know, and now they've gone back almost to where they were before the conflict. You know, a strong ruble has driven down prices, and we might have the other evil of deflation. You know, I think under normal circumstances, deflation is worse than inflation. But in this instance, for Russia, I think, you know, it needs some deflation. It does need to, you know, make the people feel wealthier, have a stronger currency. When they take their trips to Asia or China or to some degree to Europe, you know, they're allowed to take $10,000 out of Russia. That's the maximum now, and for 6 months. And that will go much further. You understand? Instead of spending, you know, 100 or 1 million rubles to get, you know, $10,000, they're only spending about 570,000 rubles to get $10,000. So the cost of their holidays and the cost of their travel, and people are starting to feel much richer. People are starting, when they convert the prices now into rubles, they're thinking, whoa, Russia's getting very expensive again. In my previous videos, I'm saying how cheap Russia was. You know, but that was when, you know, the ruble was at 80, 85. Now it's at 58. You know, my cappuccino is starting to cost me $4 now. So there's a lot of psychology, there's a lot of mentality, there is a lot of, you know, Russia saying to the world, you know, sanctions are not hurting. The fundamentals haven't gone away. Russia is, you know, self-sufficient in almost everything. It can feed itself, it can heat itself, it's got all its pyramid of needs in place, all the important pyramid of needs. So yeah, so that is, you know, a brief explanation as to why the ruble has got so much stronger. You know, the psychology and the fundamental reasons behind it. If you like the video, you like the explanation, please subscribe. Thank you guys. Bye.